back, everybody. I hope you're all excellent. Today we're taking another look at the Lexicon PCM81. We're specifically going to focus on the Chorus+Reverb algorithm. Hopefully, I will do an individual video on each of the algorithms in the PCM81 over time. That's my goal at the moment. So we'll start off with this Chorus+Reverb and really dive into it. To do that first, though, we need to consult the manual. So I have a screen cap of the manual right here. There's a brief description, but the really important thing is looking at the block diagram. So this is a true stereo effects processor. Your left and right signals come in and hit these panners. You can also adjust the level of the left and right as well. And then they're moving through the diffusion parameter there. We'll talk about that during the video, but basically the way this is structured is the left signal gets treated by 3 different delay lines. Each delay line has its own chorus voice with independent rates for depth and rate. I said rate, I meant parameter in there. So basically you have like 3 unique delays. Each of them have depth and rate. They all get summed and go through this high cut parameter and back into the delay line. So it's kind of a unique structure there. If you think about it, if you have 3 separate delays and choruses, they're all getting summed. They're basically getting low passed, and then they come back through and get fed out to those 3 delays again, which is basically a recipe for really rich and lush chorus tones as well as flanger tones as well. The same thing is replicated on the right channel. So you've got 6 delay voices, and this is all in parallel to a plate reverb algorithm. But in the plate reverb algorithm, there are 4 delays. You've got these echo delays, which go back through the reverb diffuser, and then you've got these reflection delays that don't go through the diffuser. They can kind of work as just standalone delays, even though their panning is fixed and there's no feedback control. That's a lot to take in. If you've lasted this long through the video, well done. Let's actually make some sounds. Before we get started, here's my dry sound. I'm using the Brit JM45 amp model in the Axe-FX 3. I've got a Chorus+Reverb patch loaded up here where I've basically zeroed everything out. So if you want to edit a patch, let's do this. Let's hit edit. And the first thing this brings me to is basically the control section where I can set the mix, the effects adjust, so kind of the overall level of the wet signal. I can set the input left and right levels as well as their respective pans, which is kind of cool because again, this is a true stereo effect we've got happening here. If I navigate over here, I can set the high cut and the mix between the delay lines and the reverb. So at the moment, the reverb is not on. Let's go down because I want to get to the, not the reverb time, not the reverb designer, but the levels for the delays. What I like about the workflow on here is if I go to levels, let's say I go to voice 1. It's off at the moment. So if I want to turn that all the way up, I've got my delay voice number 1 on. If I just hit down, it's going to take me to the time for that delay line. So let's set that somewhere around, I don't know, 350 milliseconds, say. I always like delays around there. Now I should have a single mono delay. Okay, now if I wanted to adjust, say, the feedback on that, I can go down over to here, and I've got feedback for voice 1. Let's set that to about 30%. That's a pretty sweet sounding digital delay right there. But if I wanted to tweak any of the other voices, say voice 4, where for some reason I've got the feedback at 2%, whatever, I can go up and down and I'm getting the voice delay time, I'm getting the level, and over here I can set the depth, or if I hit load, I can set the rate over there. So let's go back to voice number 1 though. So there's no chorus on there at the moment. I've just got a simple mono delay. I would like to high cut it though. So let's go back to this control page over here and we will select high cut. I'm gonna set that to about 4 kilohertz because I like my delays to be nice and warm. Very nice indeed. Let's add a second delay. So we need to go down. I am back on the levels page. Let's use voice 2. I'll turn the level all the way up on this one, and let's set this to be, I don't know, 400 and something-ish milliseconds. So they're kind of offset in a dotted eighth note, quarter note kind of thing. You can, of course, set this all up to be synced to tap tempo if you like as well. But I'm not going to bother with that. Let's just go like 475-ish. That'll do. Let's hear this. All right. I would like some feedback on that voice too, so I'll go down to feedback. Let's set that to 20-ish%. I like it. I like it a lot. What I want to do next is pan those delays, so we can go down again to panning. So I'll set the second voice all the way right, and I'll set the second voice all the way left. Now we're in stereo mode. Keep in mind, that's just 2 delays with a bit of high cut. This machine sounds amazing. Let's go to the chorus mode though, because I wouldn't mind adding a little bit of chorus to each of these voices. So what I'm going to do is I'll set the rates first. Voice 1 rate. I normally like kind of slower choruses, so I'll set that one to about 0.7 hertz, and let's offset this one and maybe set it somewhere around 0.9. No kind of reason, I'm just going with those numbers. If I hit load, I can adjust the depths on them now. Let's go for about 20 milliseconds each, because that's a good starting point for me, for what I like. Your mileage may vary. That's magic. That sounds so unbelievably lush. I'm going to set the master depth to 100% though. Let's have a listen to that. That's the good stuff right there, kids. I would be happy with that. Maybe I could go in and just add a little bit of this plate reverb in there. So I can do that and go select and just bring in, say, 20% reverb. 25% maybe. Let's live on the edge. Let's have a listen to that. One cool thing about this is if we go to, where is it? It's the Reverb Designer page. We can set the diffusion. So the diffusion's off. I like a bit of diffusion. Let's go around 30%, just so those delays will kind of This is too good, man. Let's do this now. I want to use those other 4 delay voices for chorusing, just a dedicated chorus. So let's do this. Let's go to the levels for them. Maybe I'll just turn them to about -6. I don't want my chorus quite as loud as the other effects, but I do want to pan them as well. So I'll start with -6 for all of them, which is a little bit of a chore with this rotary encoder, but you know, old school. This is how it used to be done. It still works. And let's go down now. What I'm going to do is use some really short delays. I might use like co-prime numbers here because that's kind of fun. So let's do this. Let's start with 3 milliseconds, 4 milliseconds. Let's go 7 milliseconds. And let's go, 11 milliseconds would make sense, right? Kind of like a Fibonacci thing, but let's do 13, just to be different, just to not conform. And then I'm gonna add a bit of depth. Let's go a little bit heavier with the depths on these. We'll go 24 for that one. I don't know, 20 something. Just use your ears. We can tweak this in a second. So somewhere around and about there. Now I want to set the rates and maybe a slightly faster chorus for these. So we'll push it up around, let's do 1.25 on that one. Let's do 1.2. I'll just kind of offset them all a little bit. Let's do 1. Where's it going to land? 1, why not? And let's do 0.9 something. I don't know. Can I do that? 0.96. Okay. I want to pan these as well. So I'm going to go down here. I'm not going to have any feedback on the choruses just yet. So I'll just do some hard left and hard right stuff. Not super imaginative, but it's going to sound pretty awesome. And now, if I've done this correctly, left, right, okay. I've got a 4-voice chorus, I've got reverb, I've got diffuse delays with a little bit of chorus on them. You get this. That's lush. That's absolutely incredible. 4-voice chorus, like I said, a bit of reverb, some delay. Let's do some fun stuff though with these, maybe 2 of the voices on the chorus. We'll use voice 5 and voice 6. I'm going to add a little bit of feedback to those lines. So voice 5 already has a bit of negative feedback. So you can do positive feedback and negative feedback here, which is just going to invert the phase. So let's go like 20% on this one. And on the other one, let's go minus 20%. So it'll give us a little bit of a flanger vibe now. But, you know, there's those other delays hiding in what I've seen people call the reverb shell. So I'm super stoked with that, but let's do this. Let's go to just the reverb, which I can do here. I want just 100% reverb. So no chorus, no delay. Let's have a listen to that. You know, it's Lexicon, it's magic. And what I can do now is if I select the, where are they? Where are they? I'm looking for these echo and the other ones in there. Reflection delays. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to set the reflection delays on. I'll just turn them all the way up. And if I hit load, I can set the reflection delay time on the left channel and similar things on the right channel. So yeah, basically now, even though I'm just on the reverb, I can have 2 delays in there if I like. Have a listen to this. So you can't high cut those delays or adjust the amount of feedback in there. Maybe if I turn them off though, we can have a listen to the echo delays, which one goes through the diffuser. So the echo delays from the block diagram go back through the reverb diffuser. So they'll be a little bit harder to listen to, but nevertheless we can do it. I've kind of pre-programmed these, echo delay left, right. Hopefully you can just kind of hear these in there. A little bit. If I go down to the reverb designer and set the time to be as small as it'll go, you'll hear them a bit more. We can also adjust the diffusion a little bit more. Let's hear that without the diffusion. And let's crank the diffusion up. That's pretty nice. I'm going to go back and add in, what were they? I can never remember if they're the echo delays or the reflection delays. Reflection delays, let's put those in. Let's put, I got to hit the load button to adjust that on there. And so now I've got the reflection delays and the echo delays. And And what I can do to polish all of this off is, let's go back to the controls. I'm gonna do a 50-50 reverb and effect mix. So now I'm gonna bring back in those dual delays with the chorus. I've got the other two delays in the reverb, and I've got those other delays in there that you can kind of hear in the reverb. There's a lot of delay going on with this and some chorus, and this just sounds amazing. Keep in mind, I did not use any of the internal modifiers in there. The ability to add the internal LFOs to modulate parameters is a pretty amazing feature in there. I'm not going to cover it in this video. I'm still learning my way around it. If you've got any tips or tricks with that, let me know. Let me know what algorithm you want me to dive into next. I'll try to do these every couple of weeks as I kind of learn this thing. But it's just such a stunning machine, and it's so powerful under the hood. There's all these hidden features, and it really is a case of not only just having to read the manual, but to read as much as you can about the unit. There's a really good thread over on the gear page dissecting what's going on with this particular unit. It's been a big help for me, so go and check that one out. And I'm going to play you all out by adding a whole bunch of distortion to my guitar, bringing the effects back just a little bit. I'll play some lead stuff. It wouldn't be my channel without a gob full of gain on all these effects. So thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope some of you found it informative. I hope you found it entertaining. If you enjoyed it, let me know what you enjoyed the most. And until next time, here's a bunch of gain.